Alrighty, so as you all know, I make videos on playing games on consoles all the time. It's one of my favorite things to do. But one of the what? But there is something I have not done yet since starting this channel. What is my official rankings for the top 10 best case designs of all time? Well, tonight we will. My top I got 10 of my favorite console control. Well, you get the gist. Case designs of all time. Number 10, we're gonna start with one of the great ones, and that's the Wii. I've always, as I stand back a little bit, I've always liked the Wii. The Wii had some of the best cases, and of course, you see the price on that. It's always, but it really is one of the cool features of. It is really one of the cool features to see on is what the Wii case, as I turn it sideways. I love how the Wii case just looks so clean and similar to the console, which I have right over there. I do like it. I love it a lot. And then of course another one of my favorites is a part of the top 10 is also when you get the Nintendo Select case. It's really it's another one of those that is really clean. And you don't see it up here. And then of course that little Nintendo Selects logo, which they first came out with the Wii, is something else too. But it's really cool to see. And of course, my favorite part is in this corner here, which it tells you what controller part you're gonna need when you play that game. That is my number 10. And then when you open the case, it looks like it honestly looks like a white. As another thing I like is when you open the case and you see the Wii logo on top, and of course the booklets and all that. That's at number 10. Number 9 is the PS5 case. Now, I got the Dragon Age, the Velguard case here. I like it because it's simple. It's simple, but it makes the console unique. I like how they redesigned the back cover, and it makes it a lot easier to look at than the PS4, and of course that Ultra HD Blu-ray logo. But I like it because of all the information it tells you on the case. I mainly like it because of that. But I also like that the PS5 was made to stand out. The PS5 cases were made to stand out. While it still has that blue outline that the PS4 came out with, the PS5, they wanted to make the PS5 different from the PS4, and they did it with the black and white logo, kind of calling back to the PS3's alternative post-2010 logo, which was gray and black and gray. But kind of like the but it doesn't have anything really special to it inside, but it's still pretty cool nevertheless. Number 8 is quite possibly, I got it here somewhere. Oh, I don't have it over here. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Another second to go. Let's see if I can find it. Oh, here it was. Here's one. And that is our number 8. At our number 8 spot is the Wii U. Now, the Wii U case, quite possibly, it shows that they tried. They really tried to make it. They really tried to make it different. They really tried to make it different from the Wii case. Well, yes, it is similar. It is kind of similar if you look at a Wii case. It does look kind of similar, but they made it stand out to where it was technically a different console. And of course, the different one, but they kept kind of the same idea with the original case, also with the Nintendo Selects case. They kind of kept it kind of similar to the Wii. But what's really cool is they kept another great tradition, which is what controller you can use on certain games like this, like for Donkey Kong Country. And then of course they did the same thing with the they told you what controller you can use with it. Also, the cases are just like the Wii, are very colorful. So it's really cool to see that too. At number 7, we're going to stick with the Nintendo theme for a second. And that is, particularly with the GameCube, I don't really like the GameCube. It's really simple, the cases, but I kind of like the player's choice ones. Mainly because of the alternative color scheme to the traditional black and blue. The player's this is the Nintendo GameCube logo right here, is the traditional logo. I like the side logo of it, which is the black and yellow. But there really isn't much anything different with the logo. There really isn't. But there isn't really anything different from a regular GameCube case. It's just the fact that it is a player's choice logo. But when you open up these cases, but even when you open up the cases, it's still like a GameCube case with the memory card and all that. But what's really cool is the fact that when you see player's choice on there, it makes it kind of unique. Like they actually tried to make something cool out of that. Number 6 is the PS1, and that's literally both versions of the PS1. First off, this is what a standard PS1 case looked like. You see the back of it, the through throttle, my old labels that I used to do, the everyone rating, and then of course the CD and the compact disc. It was simple. And then of course you see the word PlayStation on the side and the PS1 logo. And then of course the greatest hits logo, different from what we got used to with the PS2, PS3, PS4. It was a green logo, green side with greatest hits in red. Still the PlayStation. Of course, this is Final Fantasy VII. And one of my favorite things about the PS1 greatest hits case, though, it doesn't say PlayStation 1 on the side. It says greatest hits. Where traditionally you would just see on the side the NTSC UC logo. It's kind of cool that they did that. But what's also cool is it tells you how many discs you have for like Final Fantasy VII. It's 3 discs. That's a lot of discs. But remember, CD was the thing, so yeah. And then speaking, we have PlayStation. Number 5 is quite possibly dear to my heart, and that is the PlayStation 3 OG case look. I like it because, one, if you got an OG PlayStation, this was the logo you saw on the top of the PS3. And then, of course, you still had the colored version of the PS3 logo. Kind of like the PS1 had, kind of like the PS2 cases have. I especially like the red and black PS3 logo on the front. One of the other things I like is the fact that it says PlayStation 3 and Blu-ray disc on top, with the old school PlayStation logo kind of on the side here. A lot of information still, but it's still... What's so really cool about it is the fact that it's the OG look of the PlayStation 3 disc. It's still traditional in every sense of the word PlayStation 3. Now, of course, they modernized it in 2010, which is well documented if you're a PS3 fan, if you've played PS3. Number 4 is the Switch. I like the Switch case for a certain reason. that the case is like basically the giant form of the cartridge. I like how they made it an extra large case for something that looks like a cartridge. And it kind of looks like the cartridge. If you think about it, the way it's triple the size of the actual cartridge is kind of cool too. What I like about the Switch case, though, instead of it telling you the controller, it tells you the play modes. So like you can play on the TV, handheld mode, and of course Switch Lite. That's one thing I do like about the Switch cases, but like I said, it's just a big version of the same case. Number 3 is the Dreamcast. There are 2 different versions of the Dreamcast case, but overall, this is for Sonic Adventure from 1998 with the white case, and with the white surround for the Dreamcast logo, and of course this is Sonic Adventure 2 with the Sonic Adventure 2 with the Dreamcast logo in black and white, where it's a color swap basically, but it's really simple how they really they made it look like a PlayStation 1 case, but still made it their own. And then, of course, kind of like the PS1, you had the removable things on here. And I actually like the cover art for this one. This was for the 10th anniversary of the iconic Sonic the Hedgehog franchise. It's kind of also cool, too, because if you remove the disc, unlike the PS1, you had the character logos on there, which also kind of made it unique to the game as well. There was a lot more color schemes to it. Number 2, the OG PS1 case. It was really just a rehash of the PS2, and they made it look like a DVD case. Kind of like what the PS3 did with the Blu-ray, made it similar to a Blu-ray case look. PlayStation 2, they wanted to make it similar to a DVD look. And it's really cool that they kept the same scheme from the PS1 with a couple of minor tweaks. Of course, now you have the PlayStation 2 logo on the side with the white and black with the white logo up front, a regular logo in the back. Then, of course, you got the DVD logo, DVD-ROM, and it tells you everything. It's a simple case. Then, of course, you open it up. And now it varied from game to game. Some games had a memory card slot, and of course the booklet. One of my favorite things about the older games is the booklet. The booklet in black, which is interesting that this one's in black and white, even though this isn't. When traditionally they were in color, it depended on the game though. So this guide might have came out of a greatest hit case, which is the number 1 case tonight, which is my top case. I always loved it because not only did you have the PlayStation logo with black surround, you had it in the front too, which made it unique. Of course, this is Sonic Heroes from 2004, but what made it unique was there was a curve. Instead of it being a straight line, there was a couple curves. Because, greatest hits, you gotta make it special. And then, of course, on the back, it's still the same as on the front. What I liked about it is sometimes with the special edition games, you had the memory card holder and the disc. I have that in my console right now. And then, of course, the black and white. Now, this is the way you can tell also a difference between this being a special edition. Is sometimes you can look at the setup, and sometimes it has the PS1 Slim comparative to. Let's see if it has it on the Switch. Not Switch. We have it for the PS2, where it's also a Slim. So I'm assuming that this guy's from a greatest hit. But normally, if you had a non-PlayStation hit, greatest hit case, the booklets would be in black and white instead of color like they traditionally were. Those are my top 10. But there is one thing I want to say. My runner-up will always be the 360 cases. Whether it's the original Xbox 360 design, the modern 360 design, the Platinum hits, old school, or the Platinum family hits, it's a runner-up, in my opinion, just because they made it Xbox 360, either you had a gray case for the Platinum hit or a green case. They tried to make it stand out, and they did well at it. It's my runner-up due to the fact that there was so many great games on the Xbox 360, but it's only a runner-up because they redesigned certain aspects of it, particularly the Xbox logo, in the mid-2010s. And it's simple, but at the same time, it just made the games, in my opinion, it just made it weird. But those are my top 10 best of my favorite cases. So, thank you.